Hi everybody, so today I want to talk about moonstones. I know that you really like them, you contact me often, you get very excited when I post these rings on Instagram and on Etsy and on my website, and so I just want to give you some information so that you can be a more smart consumer of this beautiful, beautiful rock. So let's talk about quality first. A good moonstone has a flash. That means when you tip it back and forth like this, at some point in the tip, you're going to see a flash of blue or a little bit of purple. The more solid the flash, the better the moonstone. Sometimes you're going to see some rainbow colors, like a little bit of blue or a little bit of like yellow and green in there. And that's good too, just a different look to the moonstone. I prefer the solid flash just because I'm more of a monochromatic person. But if you like lots of color, maybe the ones with the multiple colors are really the one for you. So that's a good quality moonstone. If you are seeing little black flecks in the moonstone, that's not the best quality. It doesn't mean it doesn't make a beautiful ring. It just means the moonstone's probably going to be less expensive and you can get your ring at a better price because there might be one little black speck in the stone. So it depends on how keen-eyed you are. If you are super attentive to detail and little things that are out of order bother you, probably not the stone for you. You might want to go with a higher quality grade. If you're like, you have a ton of jewelry and you like all things kind of equal and you just kind of go with the flow and whatever, that little black speck is probably not going to bother you. And if you're budget minded, then that might be the perfect way to get one of these rings into your collection because the stones are they're less expensive and that makes the ring less expensive. So yes, you got the flash is good, black specks are not. Now let's talk about price. When I buy moonstones, I typically buy out of India, and that is because they are much less expensive. And if I purchase a little group of them from one shop, I can kind of get all the shipping costs into, one shipping cost for 4 stones. That means that I can charge less for the stone. I charge for the material of the stone and then I add the shipping. That's what you pay when you purchase a ring from me. You're buying the stone cost and a portion of the shipping. If I buy one stone from one shop, that's all the shipping in one stone, which increases the price. But if I buy a lot of them, I can actually spread out the cost of that shipping, and that helps me and it helps you. It brings the cost down a little bit. Now, stones here in the US, they're beautiful stones. They're typically better stones because people that are selling them here went and chose them from India, usually, and they've bought the best ones, and then they mark them up a little bit and sell them. And if you want your stone now, and you want a really good quality stone, buying from the US is the best method. I prefer to keep my costs as low as possible, so I usually get them from overseas. And so there's a little bit of a lag time with that. It takes 2 to 4 weeks, sometimes 4 weeks the longest. And once I had one come in 10 days, it was super, super fast. So I really like that shop. Let's see, what else? India's lower, the US is higher. Okay, what about size? So my favorite moonstone size is 25 across. That is a huge ring. But when I make a moonstone ring, I want it to be really noticeable. I love statement rings. But I go with small is about 19 millimeters, and it makes a tinier ring. So if you like moonstone and you want a ring that is a statement ring, but you don't want it to take up, a big portion of your finger, the 19 millimeter smaller stones are probably for you. If you want people to look at your hand everywhere you go and ask you about your ring, your 25 millimeter stone is definitely gonna get that. Well, so will the 19, but more so with the 25 because not a lot of people wear them. If I wear one to the grocery store, like people are staring at my hand, like what does she have on her hand? What is that? Okay, and now I want to talk about how I make my rings and how I get them to you, so that you understand the process and you can get involved in it more easily. So I order. I've already talked about how I order more, like from India, and I only order when I sell. So when I have a moonstone day, if those moonstones sell, I take the money you gave me for the materials and I send it out to my store fronts overseas, and I say, okay, I sold 2 moonstones, I need 2 more, or I sold 4, I need 4 more. And sometimes I'll just buy more just for the heck of it because I think, okay, it's a good investment to buy because I'm pretty sure someone's going to buy these. I don't like to put too much money into product that I don't think that I don't think you guys want. I want to purchase things that I know that you guys are needing. So that's how it works. When I have a moonstone day, I buy more, and then I have those available. So every couple weeks, you will see me have a moonstone day, or maybe once a week, depending on the flow. So yeah, that you can expect that roll-in to happen. I put the stones up in Etsy and I say, here they are, who wants them? And then if you've been watching my Instagram and you have notifications on and you kind of check my feed every day, you're like, oh, she's doing turquoise today. Oh, she's doing moonstone. I better get over there and try to get a set of these stones. That's usually how it works. So, but you can contact me. I have people say like, I have to have a double moonstone ring. Now, this is where I encourage you to go and do a little bit of shopping yourself, mostly because I'm running out of time here in my studio, and I'm really having some growing pains, which is great, and thank you very much. I'm loving what I'm doing, and this is great, but I am running out of time, so sourcing stones has become a little bit difficult for me. So I kind of like to encourage my clients to go out and do a little bit of shopping, and there's 2 reasons for this. 1, it cuts down on the cost for you, and 2, it saves me time. I guess there's 3 reasons. And 3 is that I think it's fun for you to get involved in this shopping. Like a lot of us like to shop. We like to browse Amazon, maybe Craigslist, maybe we purchase stuff from Nordstrom that's online every once in a while. Whatever it is, if you're shopping on Instagram, we like to go out and kind of, at the end of the day, we're done with dinner, we're sitting on the couch, we're chilling, we're kind of looking through our feeds, and we're like, oh, I gotta have that cowl, or I gotta have those hand mittens. We do that, as kind of a fun, entertainment, relaxing activity. So you can do that too with stones, and you find the perfect stones for you. Makes you a little bit more happier about your product, makes you a little more involved, a little more excited, and you're getting exactly what you want. So I find that my clients are happier when they choose their own stones. So, and it does a big favor for all of us if you can go out and find your stones. So if you see a ring you like and you can be like, hey, Rochelle, I love this ring. Can you tell me the size of these stones? I want to go shopping. I will let you know the size of the stones because I can go back and look at the sale, the order, the date, figure out the size of the stone. I can tell you. You can go out to Etsy. That's my preferred place to buy stones. I search online there and I find my stones and I order from there. So you can do that too. So I just want you to know that. And I want to give a little shout out to the people that I buy my stuff from at the end of the day, like this little cowl. I got this from Olive and Arrow Handmade. They don't have an Etsy shop, but they are online, and it's oandarrow.com. And I'm going to put a link to her site on my website after this episode of me talking so that you can easily go over there and check her out. And these came from Knit One Two. These 2 people keep me warm all winter in my studio. So Knit One Two, she's on Etsy. I will put a link to her shop as well. She makes these in all sorts of colors. I don't think the cowl with the buttons. I haven't seen that on her website lately. I could be wrong, but I think she makes the infinity cowls now, which is great and lovely. I like these buttons. They are super cool. But anyway, so. Shout out to those 2 shops. I am super warm. Thank you, ladies. And I hope you'll get over there and check out their websites because I want you to be warm too. It's wintertime. Well, it's going to be wintertime. It's really hot out there. So, okay, so now you know everything you need to know about moonstones, and I hope to hear from you soon, on my IG or at my Etsy, and maybe one of these days I'll figure out how to get comments on my website. I'll figure it out. Okay, guys, have a great day. Bye.